They'll tell you to be reasonable. They'll tell you to think logically. They'll tell you to wait for proof, for guarantees, for a clear plan before you move. They'll call you reckless, naive, even crazy for believing in something you can't see. Let them talk, because what they're calling crazy, God calls faith. You think faith is supposed to make sense. You think God's plans are supposed to fit into your neat little boxes of human logic? Then you've been listening to the wrong voices. Every breakthrough in history started with someone doing something that looked absolutely unreasonable to everyone else. The Wright brothers believed humans could fly when everyone said it was impossible. Steve Jobs believed people would want a computer in their home when experts said there was no market. Michael Jordan got cut from his high school basketball team, but believed he could be the greatest. None of it made sense. All of it required unreasonable faith. And that's exactly what God is asking of you right now. You've been waiting for the perfect moment, haven't you? Waiting for enough money in the bank, waiting for the right connections, waiting for all the pieces to fall into place, waiting for a guarantee that it's going to work out. But here's what you need to understand. God doesn't call the equipped, He equips the called. He doesn't wait for you to have everything figured out. He reveals the path as you walk it. That dream He put in your heart, that business idea that keeps you up at night, that relationship you need to fight for, that move you need to make. Stop trying to make it make sense. Stop waiting for human approval. Stop needing everyone else to understand. You know why most people never see breakthrough in their lives? Because they're not willing to look foolish. They're not willing to step out when it doesn't make sense. They want to see the outcome before they make the investment. The entrepreneur who starts a business with their last 500, the parent who goes back to school at 40, the person who leaves the toxic relationship even though they're scared to be alone, the artist who quits their corporate job to pursue their passion, the couple who adopts a child they can barely afford. These aren't just life decisions, these are acts of faith. Your biggest breakthrough is waiting on the other side of your biggest leap of faith. That career change you've been dreaming about, that conversation you need to have, that project you keep putting off, that person you need to forgive, that habit you need to break, they are waiting for your faith. And your faith doesn't need to make sense to anyone else either. It just needs to make sense to God. And if He's the one calling you to step out, then stepping out is the most reasonable thing you can do. You've been a slave to your circumstances for too long. Slave to your bank account. Slave to other people's opinions. Slave to your fears. Slave to your past failures. But God is calling you to freedom, and freedom requires unreasonable faith. That relationship that's been broken. Take the first step toward healing. That dream you buried, dig it up and breathe life into it again. Your situation might look impossible. Your resources might look insufficient. Your timing might look terrible. Your critics might look numerous. Perfect. That's exactly where God does His best work. When you step out in unreasonable faith, you force the supernatural to invade the natural. You create space for God to show up in your career, your relationships, your health, your finances, your future. The person who starts a business from their kitchen table. The student who applies to their dream school despite the odds. The couple who buys their first home with faith and a prayer. The parent who believes their troubled child will turn around. This isn't just positive thinking. This isn't just wishful dreaming. This is faith in a God who specializes in making the impossible possible. Stop trying to figure out how God is gonna do it. That's His job. Your job is to say yes and step forward. Your job is to believe before you see. Your job is to act on His word, even when your circumstances are screaming the opposite. Your unreasonable faith might look crazy right now. But when God shows up in your situation, when the impossible becomes inevitable, when your breakthrough becomes undeniable, nobody will be calling it crazy anymore. They'll be calling it a miracle.